guys, welcome back to Twins Try. I'm Christy.
I'm Wing.
And we have a serious
Chocolate haul today.
Yeah. These are from Puna Chocolate, one of my favorite stores in Big Island. I believe they have one on both Kona and Hilo side. But we love this place, and every time we go, we always pick up a few chocolates. This time we got every flavor that was available in stock. There was one, it was horchata, that we didn't have in store, so we didn't get to try it, unfortunately. But we do have a bunch of other flavors. Yep. We have roasted almond, Hawaiian sea salt cashew, honey wine berry, a 90% dark, Aleppo pepper, and cacao nibs, which I'm very intrigued by. I've not tried this one yet, and it seems really interesting.
Strawberry panko, molasses caramel toffee dark chocolate, salted potato chips, macadamia nut, toasted coconuts, and Kona coffee cacao nibs.
Yeah, so there's a couple seasonal flavors. That's the strawberry panko and the salted potato chips, so I'm very glad that we were able to grab these while they were in stock over the summer. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first one we're going to try is roasted almond. There's a 50% dark milk chocolate bar. And they roast their almonds the same day that they add them to their bars and then sprinkle them with sea salt. And so this is going to be a really good bar.
It's really cool because they kind of have an imprinting of the chocolate. Probably their mold. But it adds a nice touch.
Yeah.
We're going to eat today.
Yep. Cheers.
It's more milky. Not very dark.
It is a darker milk though.
That's pretty good.
I like that they use the darker milk and you can taste the sea salt.
And there's a nice little crunch from the almonds. I wish there was like slightly more almonds because I feel like it's a little bit more chocolate heavy. I don't know if it's my section of the bar.
No, it definitely was. It could definitely use a little bit more almonds, but not a bad start.
Can't go wrong with almonds.
The next one we're going to try is Leeward style Hawaiian sea salt cashews.
This one is a 70 dark, so it's a little bit darker than the last one that we had.
So they use fresh roasted almonds, premium Hawaiian sea salt. And then they gave a fun fact that said, did you know that cashew nuts grow on the ends of cashew apples? This one definitely has more of what it is on it.
I think I like that more. You can see there's whole cashew nuts in them, so it looks more interesting.
Cheers.
I like this one more. It's got a nicer crisp because of the darkness of it, so it's less creamy.
And it's darker of a chocolate too, which we like. The cashews don't give much of a textural crunch or anything.
But the chocolate is very crispy. I love that.
Very rich. Here's one that has been intriguing me for a while. This is the honey wine berry. Finally, Hawaiian wine and chocolate are together. Combining these two favorites into one experience is no easy feat, as chocolate cannot touch liquid during making. Instead, berries are soaked and marinated in the legendary Volcano Winery's fine wine and then dried and pressed into the chocolate. That is interesting. I love the ingenuity in order to create these complex flavors. This is not a flavor you would just find at the supermarket. You can taste that wine flavor.
That's good.
It's
very
really
interesting
rich too. But it's not super sickly sweet or anything. That's definitely helped by the dark chocolate. And then that wine flavor profile is very prominent. Even though my piece didn't really have pieces pressed into it, I can still taste the flavor.
Yeah, very good. I like it.
90% dark. This is a really dark chocolate bar. If you don't like dark, I wouldn't go up to 90. We do. But I do think 90 would still be a little too dark. But we've had this flavor before, and I do remember liking it. So, 90% dark. Extra dark, deep, never bitter. Hawaiian chocolate means fresh beans and complete control of farming, fermenting, and roasting. They're right, it's not bitter.
I've had 90% elsewhere, and I did not like it. But this is the one place I can go for 90%.
And still actually enjoy the dark chocolate. It is really good. And one that I'm very intrigued is the Aleppo Pepper Cocoa Nibs. So these peppers are ground for 14 hours in are a stone grinder with cacao and cinnamon, delivering a smooth spice but mellow on the heat. The cacao nibs are sprinkled throughout to add a crunch, and paprika is added for smokiness. Then cinnamon and cayenne are for a heat complexity fit for Pele, goddess of fire.
I feel like this one's more crispy.
I like that.
Not very heat. No heat, really. There's a little bit of smokiness.
Yeah.
I don't really actually taste the Aleppo peppers.
Yeah. I do get like a little bit of kick, but not like it's spicy. You get like a little warmth in your mouth at the end, very end, like as it goes down your throat. But that's it. It's a really interesting flavor. I really love that it's extra crunchy.
Yeah. I do wish there was a little bit more heat so I feel like I can feel it more. But it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I do like this a lot. I do think it's very balanced. I do taste the heat as it went down my throat.
I don't. Maybe my spice tolerance is too high.
Who knows? But this is a good bar. Alright. Macadamia nuts toasted coconut. 70% dark. So fresh golden macadamia nuts are roasted to a gentle nutty crunch combined with crispy coconut flakes for a sweet and salty pairing. Very coconutty.
It adds a nice chew because the coconut is not crispy. The bar is very crispy and the coconut is a little bit chewy.
And then you get that butteriness of the macadamia nut. This is a really well balanced bar. If you like coconut, you are definitely gonna like this one.
Yeah. It's also a little bit sweeter.
I mean, it's a 70% bar, but I think because of the coconut has sweetness, it lends into like a more sweeter taste profile. Okay, this is one I'm not entirely over the moon for because I don't really love sweeter chocolate. This is molasses caramel toffee, all sweet things, 50% dark milk chocolate bar. The caramel is made in-house from scratch using a buttery toffee recipe. To distinguish the caramel from the creamy chocolate, we use molasses in place of traditional sugar, pressed into dark milk chocolate for big flavor. This is definitely the lightest bar we've seen.
Yeah.
Even the other 50% I think is slightly darker. But I think because they use molasses, that's why it's a little bit lighter.
Yeah, this looks more milk chocolate-esque than dark chocolate.
Definitely. So there are lots of pieces pressed in, so I'm intrigued. Let's give it a taste.
Very sweet.
Very caramelly. If you like caramel, this is definitely up your alley.
It's good. A little too sweet for me.
Yeah, definitely really, really sweet flavor profile for us.
The toffee does have a nice crunch though.
And it's very complex flavor, even though it is sweet leaning, and this is too many bars in to be this sweet. It does have a nice complex, like toffee, caramelly darkness that if I hadn't eaten like a piece out of like 8 different bars already, would have been a good flavor. This is a seasonal flavor. This is the beach snack bar salted potato chips. Hawaii means chocolate and beach season means potato chip snacks. So they combine the two. Very intrigued. This is a 70% dark.
It's got a nice crunch.
I don't know how they do it, but the potato chips are crunchy.
Yeah, still. Even after it's inside chocolate.
Yeah, and we've let it sit for a couple months now. It's really good. The potato chips are salty.
Chocolate's dark and crispy.
It's
And
a
then
good
there's
bar.
an added crisp from the chips. Very
Like
good.
surprisingly crispy. Like I would have thought they would have been sogged out, but they're not.
I like.
This is a good bar.
Another seasonal flavor, this one is the strawberry panko.
A favorite Pacific crunch is panko crumbs, add freeze-dried strawberries. Also 70% dark.
The strawberry isn't as forward, I guess, in flavor.
You can kind of taste it. It's like strawberry pocky, but like very, very muted.
It's pretty good. And there's little bits of freeze-dried strawberry chunks.
This is a good bar. I wish it was a little bit darker, to be honest. I think the strawberries kind of took the sweetness up a little bit.
Our final bar, this is the Kona coffee and cacao nibs. It's combined 2 foods that make Big Island of Hawaii famous. Freshly roasted 100% Kona coffee and Puna dark chocolate The cocoa nibs are added for assertive crunch and bold flavor to match your coffee.
I think this has been my favorite bar throughout the years that I've gone to Hawaii, and continues to be. I just think it's something so classic about these cacao nibs just in there, and adds a flavor profile that adds complexity without taking away from the chocolate bar. So after trying all of these, I do still think this is my favorite. So best for last, right? This is my favorite one. Even though we both have the chocolate sweats right now, the cacao nibs are just like a nice texture change. A really dark bar.
And then the coffee, nice bitterness to it.
I love this bar. Probably my favorite one. If you're into dark chocolate, this is a solid pick.
Yeah. I think it's like one of the darker flavors just because there's nothing in there that adds sweetness to it. Really good. All right, well, we have officially eaten over 1 bar of chocolate each.
Yeah, that was a lot, but
A lot of chocolate.
in one sitting, definitely. But it was really fun to try all of the flavors that were available at Puna Chocolate the day that we were there. I think we went twice.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of our favorite stores and a great one to support local businesses, especially in Hawaii. I do think that this one is a very unique store and offers so many chocolate varieties and very creative creations. If you haven't noticed, I really thought it's pretty ingenious to add potato chips to a bar and still keep it crispy, because you would think it would sog out. The strawberry panko is really interesting. Aleppo peppers, and then the honey wineberry was really interesting too, and it added like a almost wine mold flavor to it. It's really good.
Yeah. I do really like this chocolate. I think it's one of the better chocolate companies out there in Hawaii just because they do come up with very interesting mixes for their flavors, and every bar has been solid.
Yeah.
And I think there's something for everyone there.
If you're more into the milkier chocolates, obviously things like the molasses one would be a good pick, or the roasted almonds. If you're into dark chocolates, there's so many varieties.
Yeah. All right, well, that does wrap up our video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get to see our next videos.
And as always, let us know what you try next.
On Twins Try.
Bye.
Bye.